Welcome to Back to the Drawing Board with Scott Lucas and Chris P. Bacon. I wonder if he's related to Kevin. Anyhow, today's episode is Electric Shop Furnace Element Winder. Video clips that you're going to see are the very first ones I've done. They may appear choppy because I had to edit them like crazy. That was way back in April, but you'll get the picture. The first part of this video was done before I found the Vegoilguy's YouTube channel. As far as easy goes, I walk into my shop and I see motors, rectifiers, transformers, pieces, parts that I've had for years, and I have to see if I can build something out of them. If I were you, I'd do it the easy way, like the Vegoilguy. This is my slinky maker. It's a coil winder, an element winder. The vice grips are a back to the drawing board thing, same with this little roller here. So, whoop, there, it's got a little grind to it. But right now it's winding this wire off this spool around this rod. If you want to see the rest of it, there she is, just clicking them off. We'll see what happens. That's, we're at 680 turns. Needs to go to 925. Like I said, this video clip was done before I found the Vegoilguy and this handy resource. I didn't need 925 turns. I needed 855 turns. And that's a substantial amount when you're doing 3 or 4 coils. That substantial amount works out to be about a little over 10 feet for the 3 coils that I made. And this is the power supply. It consists of an old switch off a bandsaw, a transformer, and a rectifier. The transformer is a 240 volt primary, a 24 volt secondary, powered by 120 volts, pushed through the rectifier, comes out to 15 volts DC, and under load comes out to exactly 12 volts. The workhorse of this contraption has some interesting parts. The carrier came out of a urinalysis machine, complete with 3H linear bearings that ride the rails. The motor is the power seat motor out of a 72 Buick Riviera. The counter came from a mangle. A mangle is a machine that irons and folds bed sheets in an industrial laundry, or in this case, a casino. I lived in Las Vegas for 22 years. Scrap machinery everywhere. The drill chuck came from a 9-volt Makita battery drill, way before lithium-ion batteries. And a coil phone cord delivers power to the whole
So, if it holds up, well, here's one that I did earlier. I'm going to show it to you. Whoop.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop it right there so you guys don't get seasick with all that camera motion. I ended up with 3 coils, 28 inches long, a 1/4 inch in diameter, 43 ohms, and what I really needed was 22 inches long, 34 ohms, and a 1/4 inch in diameter. Where was that coil calculator when I needed it?
Alright, well, ready to start stretching these elements, these coils. I'm looking for 34 ohms. Well, now I made these elements long so that I'd have some tail ends on them.
That's a crock. They're long because you didn't do the math right. You didn't have a coil calculator.
And so I found 34 ohms after I've stretched it out just a bit. This is probably going to get kind of hard to see, but straightened out. Well, I've uncoiled the ends of the coil on both ends. This part here is the part that I'm going to need. I've got it clamped in a drill press vise with a masking tape roll. I've got my vice grips clamped to one end. I'm going to just take my handy brass mallet. I'm going to hold this vice grip, and then I'm going to just give this a whack and see what happens. It should straighten it out. Well, I missed. Okay. It's as good as we can expect. Alright, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not, but that's how straight we got it. Now I'm going to fold them over and twist them together to give it just a little bit more bulk. I stretched it out, and then I doubled it back over. I don't know, you can see there's 2 pieces here. Well, single piece, two ends.
Now I'm going to just take my battery drill. This can get a little tricky. I'm going to chuck it up, and then I'm going to slowly and easily wind it. And there we go. Alright, we got a pigtail on the end. Now I only need 6 inches, so I'll be able to cut this off. And it just gives it a little bit more where I can get my connector on there, or just wrap it around the lug. Either way. Just gives it a little bit more stability rather than that single piece of wire. This is a 22-inch unstretched. This is going to go to 108 inches with a couple of pretty good, decent pigtails on the end. The next time I twist coils, make elements, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to how many turns I'm doing. Do the math right. I didn't do the math properly, apparently. And this is the scrap that I came up with. If you'd have used the coil calculator to start with, you'd save yourself a whole lot of trouble. And, well, I'll find some use for it, but that cantho wire, it's not real expensive, but it's not cheap either, so this just seems to be kind of a waste of stuff that's going to be sitting around for a while until I figure out what to do with it. Well, here we go. We're going to stretch this thing here in a minute. This end we got a hemostat, and we're going to stretch this thing to 108 inches. I hope I don't shoot my eye out. I hope this thing doesn't come loose. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're just gonna pull it evenly. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good. We're just gonna pull it even. A little bit more. There we go. Well, it's 109 inches. This says that spacing between them right there is 1.395, so that's pretty close to the 1/8 inch. Now, I'm pretty sure the Vegoilguy guy in his video said he didn't want to stretch them over 3 times their unstretched length. This one turns out to be just right at 5 times. So I don't know what's good and what's bad, but we're gonna find out. See if it holds up. See if it burns up. I don't know. We'll just see. Remember George, he wrote the law. Thanks for watching. We're gonna wire this thing next. Subscribe if you want to. It depends on how you look at it.